Hey guys, Chris here with another deck tech video. Basically, I'm putting this one out there so that I always have a copy of this deck if I want to go back and play it, because I'll be taking it apart here pretty soon. But anyway, we had an unlimited tournament over at my league, and I ended up winning that with the deck that I built myself. I didn't play any of the turn 1 win decks or Sable Eye with Intimidate or any of that stuff. I went ahead and I built a deck that played a Pokemon from the new X and Y series that I really like. Probably not going to get to use them in Standard because of level ball and things like that being on, but Unlimited is the perfect format to play them in, and that is Froakie. So we got our Froakies, we got 2 Frogadier just to make sure that we can complete the chain as we're going through the deck, and we got our 4 Greninjas. I don't know why, but Greninja has quickly become one of my favorite Pokemon in the game, and in the card game he's really unique as well. So he's got this ability, Water Shuriken. You can pick up water energies out of your deck as you're going through it, and you can discard from your hand 1 per each Greninja to put 30 damage counters on any Pokemon. And that's really good because instead of dealing damage, you're actually putting damage counters on them, so that helps with a lot of things that can't take damage and things like that as well. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to snap things off the bench and keep your opponent from setting up. And since it's unlimited format, you can kind of go through your deck pretty quick, and you can get multiple Greninjas out on turn 1. Even if you can't attack, you can still discard the energies. So we've got a 4-2-4 line of that. The next thing, and this should be in every unlimited deck, we've got our Uxies. Uxie has an incredible ability called Setup. When he comes into play from your hand to your bench, you get to fill your hand back up to 7 cards. So play out a bunch of things, and this lets you keep drawing cards. Bench space is really limited in this deck, so I usually just put one of these guys down. The other one's in there just to make sure if the other one's prized or anything like that, I can get to it. The other card that I run, since you're not normally winning on turn 1 with this deck, is I have Claydol. Again, bench space is pretty limited, so if you're going to get 2 of any other Pokemon besides Greninja down, this is the one that you would want. He's got an ability called Cosmic Power here, and what Cosmic Power lets you do is you can take 1 or 2 cards from your hand, put them on the bottom of your deck, and then fill your hand back up to 6. So this will let you save things from Professor Oak, so you don't have to discard them and stuff like that, because this deck plows through really fast, sets up really quick, and you're going to have a very small deck after a while, and you're going to want to save some of your stuff. Probably the most broken card in Unlimited, and it even says it right in the name, broken, is Broken Time Space. Now, Broken Time Space, it'll let you take any of these cards and allow you to set up, that turn. You can just keep evolving as you go. It gives it to your opponent too, but what you're wanting to do is set up. A real problem that can come up with this is if you drop this early, set up all your stuff, and your opponent can actually play Garbodor and set him up next turn, shutting off basically everything this deck does, because all the Pokemon have abilities. Because you're going to want to evolve straight from Froakie to Greninja, we have Pokemon Breeder. Pokemon Breeder allows you to get around the can't evolve the same turn that you play the Pokemon. You can't use Rare Candy with Broken Time Space, but you can use Pokemon Breeder because it allows you to play a card, if you would be allowed to evolve that turn, and Rare Candy specifically says that you can't use it the turn that you play the same Pokemon. So in this format, this is your Rare Candy. Staple card in the unlimited format is Professor Oak. There's no reason not to be running 4 of these in every deck. It's for newer players, it's Juniper, except it's a trainer card. It's an item, so you can play as many of these in one turn as you want to. You just have to be careful with this deck, because there's a lot of stuff in your deck that you don't want to discard, or that you're going to have trouble getting back. So that's where things like Claydol and stuff will let you put some of this stuff back on the bottom of your deck and continue what you was doing. The next card that we got is another card that's pretty much a staple in all unlimited decks, and that's Erica. I'd like to have 2 more of this copy, but we do what we can. She allows you to draw 3 cards. Again, she's an item card. She's not a supporter, so you can play as many of these as you can turn. Now, her drawback is that she lets your opponent also draw up to 3 cards, which isn't too big of a problem, because if you're going first, you can get set up and stuff like that. Just have to be careful with it. The next card that should probably be in every single unlimited deck is Pokey Drawplus. Pokey Drawplus, if you just play 1 copy by itself, just draws you a card. Pretty simple. But if you have 2 of these in your hand, you can play them down, and you can go through your deck and you can get any 2 cards that you want. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you can get set up with Pokemon Breeder and a Greninja, or you can get your Broken Time Space, just whatever you need at the time, or another card that fills your hand back up. Another card that's pretty common in all unlimited decks is Idle Finder. This is basically the new Dowsing Machine without being Ace spec, and most decks run 4 of these. I could only find space for 3 because there was so much that I had in the deck already. There's a couple other cards I'd love to get in here, like Rocket's Admin and stuff like that, to kind of set up all my stuff and then shuffle my opponent back down to just 6 cards in their hand after I've gave them all the free cards off Erica. This is probably one of the newest cards that's a staple in the unlimited format is Skyla. She basically goes and gets anything in your deck that isn't a Pokemon or an energy, and that's pretty much like 75-80% of all decks, so really good. This card's standard's going to be sad when this is gone, but you know, every format, extended, unlimited, and standard, this is probably one of the best cards in the format. Next card. This card I was so sad to see leave standard. It's probably one of my favorite cards. In unlimited, it pretty much goes and gets any Pokemon, because most people aren't playing EXs. This deck, however, has Greninja in there, and he has his 140 hit points, so can't really use that. But to make up for that, we run Level Ball, and I'm also running Master Ball, because I played with Computer Search, and as much as I like it, there was a lot of having trouble with stuff that I was discarding and just wasn't able to get it back. So I went ahead with Master Ball and Luxury Ball. Just those 2 pretty much can take care of whatever I need. And if things are going slow turn 1 and I haven't played a Skyla, I can use Baby Search to, you know, go ahead and get another Pokemon that I need, which will be Greninja almost more than anything. Now you're going to be discarding all your water energies, and as you do that, instead of running Superior Energy Removal, we have access to the supporter card, Fisherman. I got both versions here. I like this one a lot better, but basically this is Superior Energy Removal without the discard. Gets back 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile, so you can discard them to Greninja again. Your deck is going to get really thin really fast, and sometimes you're really going to have to put your energies back in your deck so that you can draw them if something happens and you got Fisherman's prized, or if you need to get a line of Greninja back into the deck, that kind of thing. This guy's your best friend. He's also going to keep you from decking, so a really useful card. I have the 1 switch just in case, you know, we need to keep our Greninjas in the back, because they have weakness to grass energy, so we might want to keep them in the back and just sacrifice like Claydol or Uxie or something, because we can still hit from the back. So 1 switch, pretty important. And then we round out the deck with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 energies. This is basically what you're going to be doing damage with. They usually try to get, you know, 1 on one of the Greninjas and then 4 in the discard pile. So it's pretty easy to do. Every once in a while, for some reason, you'll get like 3 in your prize pool, which is really rare. But when it happens, the deck can kind of struggle because you just can't find enough energy. But I thought I'd done pretty good, and like I said, I got first place with it. Luckily, nobody was playing any of the turn 1 win decks, so it allowed me to set up and things like that. The deck, you know, probably wouldn't win against something that's running Sable Eye and stuff to set up first and just win turn 1. But other than that, you know, it's a really fun deck, and got to use Greninja, which is by far my favorite new Pokemon, and why not? He's pretty cool. Wish I could have got to play him in Standard, but by the time I got everything set up, level ball rotated and all that stuff, so we'll use him in Unlimited, and if you guys like it, try it out, see what you think. See you guys later.